What if the next major global showdown isn't over oil, or tech, or space, but over an island that's 80% covered in ice? Welcome to Greenland, the world's largest island, a frozen land that suddenly finds itself at the center of global attention. The United States wants it, China's watching it, Russia's arming around it, and Denmark still technically owns it. But Greenland has its own voice and its own plans. This isn't just about buying land. It's about power, security, climate, and the minerals that could drive the 21st century economy. So the question isn't just why the US wants Greenland. It's why everyone is paying attention and what it reveals about the future of the planet. Let's dive in. In 2019, then President Donald Trump suggested the US should buy Greenland.
Greenland, I don't know, it got released somehow. It's just something we talked about. Denmark essentially owns it. Essentially, it's a large real estate deal. So the concept came up, and I said, certainly I'd be strategically, it's interesting.
The world laughed. Twitter exploded. Memes flew. Denmark politely declined. Greenland politely snapped. We're not for sale. But here's the twist. The idea might have sounded absurd, but the interest behind it, that was very real. And that interest hasn't gone away. Let's start with the basics. Greenland is massive. It covers over 2 million square kilometers. That's 3 times the size of Texas. But it only has about 56,000 people. Most of it covered in ice. And that ice is melting fast. Thanks to climate change, the Arctic is warming nearly 4 times faster than the global average. Greenland's glaciers are retreating. Sea routes are opening. And most importantly for governments and corporations alike, the land beneath is being revealed. That land holds uranium, zinc, copper, nickel, and most strategically, rare earth elements. These are the ingredients of the future. The components of smartphones, satellites, electric vehicles, wind turbines, and advanced weapon systems. Currently, the US gets more than 80% of its rare earths from China. That dependency? Not ideal in a world of increasing strategic rivalry. So in the Tambreez mine in southern Greenland, one of the world's largest deposits of heavy rare earths, was being eyed by Chinese firms. The US stepped in quietly. By 2025, the project was sold to a US-based company. That wasn't a coincidence. That was foreign policy through mining permits. But Greenland isn't just a mine. It's a mapmaker's dream location. Zoom out and look at the globe. Greenland is the bridge between North America and Europe, perfectly positioned between the Arctic and Atlantic. And in the Arctic age, that positioning is priceless. The US already operates Thule Air Base in the north of Greenland. It's part early warning radar system, part surveillance outpost, and part future staging area for military and satellite operations. As sea ice retreats, Greenland becomes the hub for northern shipping. Trade from Asia to Europe could soon pass through Arctic waters, cutting thousands of kilometers and potentially bypassing choke points like the Suez Canal. In the race to control these routes, Greenland is less like a frozen outpost and more like a geopolitical lighthouse. Now, this isn't just about geography and resources. It's about sovereignty. And Greenland's sovereignty is a fascinating puzzle. Technically, it's part of the Kingdom of Denmark, but it has home rule, its own parliament, its own flag, and growing aspirations for independence. For years, Greenland politicians have been vocal. Independence is the long-term goal. But it's complicated. Denmark provides large financial subsidies, nearly half of Greenland's annual budget. If Greenland wants to be independent, it needs a self-sustaining economy. And that brings us full circle to mining, tourism, fishing, and foreign interest. But here's the catch. Greenlanders don't necessarily want to swap Danish oversight for American investment or Chinese influence. A recent poll showed 85% oppose US annexation. There's a strong desire to chart their own future, not become a pawn in someone else's strategy. In 2025, when Trump once again brought up the idea of buying Greenland, the backlash was swift. Prime Minister Jens Frederik Nielsen simply said,
"You cannot annex another country, not even with an argument about international security."
This interest isn't happening in a vacuum. Russia has poured money into Arctic infrastructure. Dozens of new bases, icebreakers, missile systems. China calls itself a near-Arctic state and has invested in Arctic research stations and port projects. Everyone sees the Arctic as the next frontier for defense, for trade, for influence. And Greenland? It's the Arctic's largest, most valuable piece of real estate. So while the US publicly talks about partnership and support, behind the scenes, it's maneuvering to ensure that Greenland doesn't fall under the influence of strategic rivals. In 2024 and 2025, US and Danish officials worked together to restrict foreign investment in Greenlandic infrastructure that could have military or technological implications. It's not just competition, it's full-on positioning. That leave Greenland caught between interest and independence, between opportunity and pressure. Greenland holds vast potential environmentally, economically, and strategically. But that comes with risk. Too much outside influence could undermine sovereignty. Too little investment could stall progress. Greenland's leaders must walk a tightrope, balancing global interest with local values, resource development with environmental preservation, partnership with autonomy, and the rest of the world. It needs to stop seeing Greenland as a prize and start listening to it as a voice. Greenland is more than just a place on a map. It's a climate story, a security story, a sovereignty story, and above all, a story still being written. The United States may want Greenland.
This week, Vice President J.D. Vance and National Security Advisor Mike Waltz took a trip to Greenland to reaffirm the United States' support for the territory.
But so do others in one way or another. And at the center of it all is a question that's bigger than land or minerals or military bases. It's the question of how we approach the future, with cooperation or competition, with respect or exploitation, with strategy or with understanding. No one knows exactly how that story will unfold. But one thing is certain: what happens in Greenland won't stay frozen. It will ripple outward into climate talks, security alliances, supply chain, and global power shifts. This is Glow App. Thanks for watching.